Chosen one, stop praying for the chaos to end. Listen to me. The chaos is not the problem. The chaos is the construction site. Right now, focus your mind on that overwhelming pressure you have been feeling behind your eyes for the last 3 days. You think it is stress. You think it is spiritual warfare. You have been rebuking the enemy, trying to fight it away. But nothing is changing. Why? Because you are fighting the wrong enemy. That pressure is not the devil attacking you. That pressure is God upgrading you. You are currently experiencing a system override. Your spirit is trying to download a massive new destiny, but your old life, your old habits, your old fears are clogging the bandwidth. God directed you to this video not to comfort you, but to give you the manual override codes. Lock your focus on this truth right now. Your life is not falling apart. It is falling into place. But only if you accept the upgrade. Are you ready to stop fighting and start receiving? You did not click on this by accident. The algorithm that brought you here was not written by engineers in Silicon Valley. It was orchestrated by the Spirit of God because your system is critically overheating. You have been trying to run a 5D spiritual software on a 3D mental operating system, and you are crashing. Do not leave this transmission until it is finished. If you exit this process halfway, you leave your spirit in a state of suspended animation. By the end of this message, you will receive the 3-day surrender protocol to stop the pain. You will understand why you are the container for your entire bloodline, and you will get the upgrade acceptance matrix so you never freeze in fear again. This is not just a video, this is the reboot you have been screaming for. Let us look at the symptoms. I know exactly where you are. You are suffering from the blue screen of the soul. You have been sitting in your car in the driveway, staring at the steering wheel, unable to turn the engine off and go inside your own house. You feel disconnected from the people you love, like you are watching them through a pane of glass. You forget things you just did 5 minutes ago. You feel a strange, heavy exhaustion that sleep does not cure. You think you are losing your mind. You think you are depressed. But you are not. You are expanding. The Bible speaks of this in Mark chapter 2, verse 22. People quote this verse all the time. They say, "No one puts new wine into old wineskins," and they move on. But they miss the physics of what Jesus was saying. They miss the violence of the process. In biblical times, wine was not just liquid. It was a living, fermenting substance. When new wine fermented, it released gases. It expanded. It needed space to stretch. An old wineskin was hard. It was rigid. It had lost its elasticity. It could not stretch anymore. So when you put the expanding new wine into the rigid old skin, the pressure became mathematical. The gas pushed against the skin refused to move. And inevitably, the skin burst. That pressure you feel behind your eyes, that tension in your chest, that is the fermentation gas of the new anointing. God is pouring something fresh into you, a new purpose, a new level of authority, a new vision, and it is expanding rapidly. But your old mindset, your old schedule, your old relationships, they are the old wineskin. They are rigid. They cannot stretch to hold what is happening to you. So you feel like you are about to explode. You feel like you are breaking. And because it feels like breaking, your first instinct is to blame the enemy. You are convinced that you are under spiritual attack. You look at the confusion, the lost friends, the closed doors, and you say, "Satan is trying to destroy me." You have spent the last week binding spirits of confusion and rebuking spirits of delay. But stop, look at the pattern. The enemy does not have the power to break you like this. You are feeling attacked. You are feeling besieged. But I am about to tell you who is really behind this dismantling of your life. And the answer will shock you, because the one tearing your life apart right now is not a demon from hell. The one tearing your life apart right now is not the devil. It is the architect. It is God himself. I know how that sounds. It goes against everything you have been taught in Sunday school. It contradicts every prayer you have prayed for the last month. You have been standing in the middle of your living room, rebuking the devourer, commanding the thief to return what was stolen sevenfold. You have been pleading with God to stop the bleeding in your finances and to fix the cracks in your relationships. You look at your life and you see loss. You see a job that suddenly turned toxic. You see friends who stopped calling. You see a bank account that is draining faster than it is filling. To the natural eye, this has all the signatures of a coordinated attack from the enemy. It looks like destruction. It feels like robbery. But you are misdiagnosing the event. And because you are misdiagnosing it, you are treating the cure like it is the disease. This is not an attack. This is an eviction. Imagine you are living in a small, cluttered house. Every room is filled with old furniture, boxes of memories, broken appliances you promised to fix but never did, and people who are crashing on your couch but never pay rent. The house is full. There is no space to move. Now, imagine the owner of the house, God, decides it is time to turn this small, cluttered house into a palace. He is bringing in gold furniture. He is bringing in royal tapestries. He is bringing in a throne. But here is the problem. There is no room. You cannot put a throne in a room filled with trash. You cannot install a kingdom mindset in a brain cluttered with trauma and mediocrity. So, before the gold can come in, the garbage must go out. What you are experiencing right now is God hiring a heavenly moving crew to forcibly remove everything that does not match your future. That toxic job, it was trash. God evicted it. Those friends who only called when they needed something, they were squatters. God evicted them. That comfort zone where you felt safe but small, it was a structural hazard. God demolished it. You are crying over the trash bags. You are chasing after the moving truck, begging God to bring the old things back. You are screaming, Lord, why are you letting the enemy take this? And God is saying, I am not letting the enemy take it. I am the one throwing it out. Right now, in your mind, I want you to do something. Do not move your body. Just shift your vision inward. Visualize a heavy, locked door in the hallway of your spirit. On that door is a sign that says past. Behind that door are the old habits, the old fears, the people who hurt you, the version of you that was a victim. Now see a red notice stamped on that door. It says evicted. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine you are signing that notice. You are agreeing with the landlord. You are saying, yes, clear it out. Make room. But I know this is inconvenient. I told you this was the inconvenient upgrade protocol. Eviction is messy. It is loud, and it leaves the house feeling empty. This brings us to the uncomfortable truth that nobody tells you about being a chosen one. You think an upgrade feels like winning the lottery. You think it feels like joy. But right now, it feels like grief. It feels like a funeral, and the Bible warns us about this, but we miss the violence of the language. In Romans chapter 12 verse 2, Paul tells us, "Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." We hear the word transformed, and we think of a butterfly gracefully leaving a cocoon. It sounds beautiful. It sounds poetic, but the Greek word Paul used there is metamorphou. It is where we get the word metamorphosis. If you look at the biology of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, it is not a gentle process. When a caterpillar builds its cocoon, it does not just sprout wings. It literally digests itself. It releases enzymes that dissolve its entire body into a soup of cells. It completely disintegrates. If you opened a cocoon halfway through the process, you would not see a cute half caterpillar, half butterfly. You would see a mess. You would see goo. The caterpillar has to die to everything it used to be. It has to lose its shape, its structure, its identity, before it can be reassembled into something that can fly. Chosen one, You are in the goo phase. That is why you feel like you are losing your mind. That is why you feel like you do not know who you are anymore. That is why you feel this deep, aching loneliness, even when you are in a room full of people. Your old structure has been dissolved, but your new structure has not formed yet. You are in the void, the space between the history you left behind and the destiny you have not yet touched. And this void is terrifying. It is quiet. It echoes. You look around at the empty space where your old coping mechanisms used to be, and you panic. You reach out for the old addictions, the old distractions, just to fill the silence. But they do not work anymore. The signal is dead. So you ask the question that has been burning in your throat for weeks. You ask, God, if this is you, why is it taking so long? Why am I stuck in this soup, in this mess, in this pain? If you evicted the old, why hasn't the new arrived yet? You assume the delay is on God's end. You assume He is waiting for the right time. But there is an ugly truth that we have not spoken yet. The reason this process is dragging on, the reason you are still hurting, the reason the upgrade is paused at 99%, is not because God is slow. It is because of you. There is something you are secretly holding on to. A hidden file you have refused to let God delete. You have surrendered the big things, yes. But there is one thing, one specific thing you are hiding behind your back while you smile and tell God you are ready. And until you drop it, the system cannot reboot. Let me tell you exactly what it is. You are addicted to your own suffering. I know that sounds cruel. I know you want to click away right now because you feel insulted. You are thinking, I have been praying for relief for years. How dare you say I like this pain? But stay with me, because the hardest demon to cast out is the one you have turned into a pet. You say you want the upgrade. You say you want the breakthrough. You say you want to walk in high authority and financial freedom and deep spiritual power. But your subconscious mind is terrified of it. Why? Because misery is familiar. You know how to survive a crisis. You are an expert at survival mode. You know exactly what to do when you have zero money in the bank. You know exactly how to function when your heart is broken. You have built an entire identity around being the survivor, the fighter, the one who endures. But you do not know who you are without the battle. If God woke you up tomorrow morning with $5 million in the bank, a perfectly healed heart, and zero enemies fighting you, you would panic. You would not know how to operate. You would feel like a soldier who came home from war and cannot sleep in a quiet bed because the silence is too loud. There is a dark thought running through the basement of your mind right now. It is a raw, ugly thought that you do not even whisper in your prayer closet. It says, if I get healed, I lose my excuse. If I get the blessing, I lose the right to be pitied. If I actually succeed, I become visible, and if I am visible, I can be attacked again. So you stay in the low frequency. You stay in the struggle because the struggle feels safe. The struggle lowers expectations. As long as you are the victim, no one expects you to lead. As long as you are broken, no one expects you to build. This is the hidden file blocking your upgrade. It is not the devil holding you back. It is your own fear of your own power. You are standing at the edge of the promised land, looking at the giants, and a part of you is whispering, let us go back to Egypt. At least in Egypt, we had garlic and leeks. At least in Egypt, we knew the schedule. You are grieving the death of your victimhood. And until you hold a funeral for your old broken self, the new, powerful, you cannot be born. So how do we break this addiction? How do we override a survival instinct that has been keeping you alive for 20 years but is now killing your destiny? We need a protocol. We need a hard reset. I am going to give you the 3-day surrender protocol. If you are driving or working or lying in the dark right now, you do not need to move your body. We are going to perform this operation in the spirit realm. We are going to execute this protocol right now in the theater of your mind. The first step is day 1, the fast of silence. Your mind is cluttered with the noise of the world, trying to drown out the voice of God. You scroll, you watch, you listen, you talk, just to avoid the silence, because in the silence you have to face yourself. Visualize a master switch in your brain. It controls all the input from the outside world, the news, the social media feeds, the opinions of others, the constant need for distraction. In your mind's eye, reach out and pull that lever down. Hear the hum of the world shut off. For the next 24 hours, in your spirit, you are offline. You are not consuming. You are only existing. You are creating a vacuum. And in that vacuum, the only thing allowed to speak is the Holy Spirit. You are telling your old system, I am no longer feeding you the distraction you crave. The second step is day 2, the honest audit. This is the surgery. Now that the noise is gone, you must identify the pet monster. I want you to visualize a room in your heart. In the center of that room is a table. On that table, I want you to mentally place the one thing you have been complaining about, but secretly refusing to let go of. Maybe it is your anger at a parent. Maybe it is your grief over an ex. Maybe it is your identity as the black sheep. Look at it. Do not judge it. Just look at it and ask yourself this terrifying question. What is the payoff? What am I getting out of keeping this? Does it make me feel righteous? Does it make me feel safe? Does it keep people away so I do not have to risk intimacy? Admit the payoff. Say to yourself, I kept this pain because it protected me, but I do not need its protection anymore. I am safe in God. Now comes the final step. Day 3, the burn. This is the release. In your imagination, I want you to see a fire, not a destructive fire, but a holy, consuming fire, a violet flame of purification. It is burning right there in the center of your mind. Take that pet monster, take that victim identity, take that fear of success, and with your spiritual hands, pick it up. It might feel heavy, it might feel sticky, it might try to cling to your fingers, but you are stronger. Toss it into the fire. Watch it burn. Watch the smoke rise. Smell the scent of the old you turning into ash. And as it burns, feel the space it leaves behind. That empty, light, airy feeling in your chest. That is not emptiness. That is capacity. That is the room God needed to install the upgrade. Breathe into that space. Fill it with light. Fill it with the acceptance that you are allowed to be powerful. You are allowed to be happy. You are allowed to be whole. Comment below the words, I surrender all, as a physical act of sealing this mental decision. Let the algorithm know, let the universe know, let your own spirit know that the transaction is complete. When you finish this protocol, whether you do it in your mind right now or live it out over the next 3 days, you are going to feel a sudden shift. The pressure behind your eyes will lift. The anxiety in your stomach will dissolve. You will feel lighter than you have felt in years. But do not celebrate yet, because once you are empty, once you are surrendered, once you are clean, you are finally ready to hear the real truth, the truth that changes everything. I told you earlier that this upgrade is happening to you. I let you believe that this breakthrough is about your life, your happiness, your restoration. I lied. Well, I did not lie, but I did not tell you the whole story, because if I had told you the full weight of what is happening at the beginning, you would have run away. You would have said it is too big. You would have said pick someone else. But now that you are surrendered, you are strong enough to carry the revelation. You think this painful upgrade is for you. You think God is putting you through this fire just so you can have a better job, or a happier marriage, or a peaceful mind. You are wrong. This has almost nothing to do with you. You are just the vessel. You are just the container. What God is doing in you right now is so much bigger than your little life that it spans centuries. Let me tell you about someone who thought this was just about him. Let us call him Thomas. 9 months ago, Thomas was exactly where you are right now. He was sitting in a booth at a cheap diner, staring at a cup of black coffee. He was counting the coins in his pocket because his bank account was overdrawn. He had just lost his executive position, a job he had defined himself by for 15 years. For 3 months, he fought the upgrade. He sent out hundreds of resumes, trying to force his way back into his old life. He prayed furious prayers, demanding God fix the mistake. He was miserable. He was exhausted. He was crashing. Then, out of pure desperation, he did what I just told you to do. He surrendered. He stopped sending resumes. He stopped calling old contacts. He went into the fast of silence. He sat in his car and told God, "If I never step foot in a boardroom again, I trust you." On day 3 of his surrender, his phone rang. It was not a job offer. It was an idea, a download, a concept for a business that solved a problem he didn't even know existed until that moment. Today, Thomas is not an executive. He is an owner. He employs 50 people. He funds orphanages. But here is the most important part. He realized that if he had gotten his old job back, he would have just paid his bills until he retired. But because he accepted the upgrade, he built an inheritance that will feed his great-grandchildren. This brings us to the twist, the revelation that changes everything. You think you are going through this hell so God can give you a better car. You think this pressure is about getting you a nice house or a cute relationship. You are missing the scale of the operation. You are not just a person getting an upgrade. You are a container. You are a portal. You are the chosen one, assigned to break a curse that has plagued your bloodline for 7 generations. Look at your family tree. Look at the patterns, the poverty that follows every man in your line, the divorce that strikes every woman, the addiction, the depression, the mediocrity. That is not bad luck. That is a spiritual program running in your DNA. And God looked at your bloodline, generation after generation, and he said, "Who can I trust to stop this? Who has the spiritual stamina to endure the surgery required to remove this cancer from the timeline?" He looked past your father. He looked past your grandmother. And his eyes landed on you. He said, "This one. I will choose this one. I will put them through the fire. I will strip them of their comfort. I will crush them until they are oil. Because if I can upgrade this one, I can save the whole line." God told Abraham in Genesis chapter 12 verse 2, "I will bless you." But he did not stop there. He said, "And you shall be a blessing." In the original Hebrew, the grammar implies a transformation of identity. It means, I will turn you into a source. I will turn you into a fountain. You are not being blessed for you. You are being blessed so that you become the heavy artillery that destroys poverty for everyone carrying your last name. You are being blessed so that addiction dies with you. You are being blessed so that trauma ends at your feet. This is why the pain is so intense. You are not just fighting your demons. You are fighting your grandfather's demons. You are fighting the spirits that hunted your mother. You are doing the work of 7 lifetimes in 1 season. Right now, in your spirit, I want you to listen. Can you hear them? Your ancestors are watching you from the cloud of witnesses. They are whispering, "Do not give up. We could not break it, but you can. Keep going. And look forward." Your children, your grandchildren, the ones who are not even born yet, they are looking back at this moment in history. They are looking at you sitting in this confusion, feeling this pain, and they are cheering for you. They are saying, "Please, Dad, please, Mom, do not settle for the old life. Do not go back to Egypt. Endure the upgrade. Because if you win, we win. You are the cycle breaker. You are the transition point. You are the door. And now that you know what is actually at stake, now that you know you are a threat to the kingdom of darkness, you need to understand something dangerous. The enemy knows who you are, even if you just found out. The Matrix knows you are trying to unplug. And because you carry the codes to liberate your entire lineage, the old system is not going to let you walk away without a fight. In the next 40 days, as you step into this new authority, 5 specific system errors are going to appear in your life to try and drag you back to the old version. These are not random bad days. These are calculated, strategic glitches designed to make you doubt your sanity. You need to know what they are right now, before they strike. The first thing you must understand before you face these enemies is the physics of what God is doing to you. You are praying for the pressure to stop, but God is saying, I cannot stop the pressure because the pressure is the expansion. Think about a bodybuilder. To build a bigger muscle, he has to lift a weight that is heavier than what he is used to. He has to push the muscle to the point of failure. He literally tears the microscopic fibers of the muscle tissue. It hurts, it is sore, it is inflamed. But when those fibers heal, they heal back thicker. They heal back with more capacity. God is not torturing you. He is tearing your spiritual fibers. He is stretching your capacity, because the blessing he is about to pour out is so heavy that your current structure would collapse under its weight. You are experiencing growing pains. The soreness you feel in your spirit is proof that your capacity is increasing. But here is where the danger lies. When you are sore, when you are tired from the stretching, you are vulnerable. You crave comfort. You crave the familiar. And the Matrix knows this. That is why the first system error that will hit you in the next 40 days is the nostalgia glitch. This is a very specific, calculated attack. Just as you make the decision to step into your new identity, the old version of your life will knock on the door. It will look like an ex-partner texting you out of the blue at 2 in the morning. It will look like an old boss offering you your job back with a slight pay raise. It will look like an old friend who betrayed you suddenly reappearing to apologize. Do not be fooled by the timing. This is not a coincidence. This is a glitch. They will come to you with soft words. They will say, I have changed. They will say, I miss how things used to be. They will say, let us just meet for coffee, for old time's sake. The temptation will be overwhelming because you are tired of the war. You are tired of the upgrade. You want to go back to when things were easy. But listen to me closely. They are not missing you. They are missing the old version of you that they could control. They are missing the access they had to your energy. If you answer that text, if you take that coffee meeting, if you entertain that offer, you are aborting the upgrade. You are telling God, I prefer the comfort of the past over the challenge of the future. In your mind right now, visualize that text message popping up on your screen. Visualize that old door opening. Now, visualize yourself hitting the delete button. See yourself closing that door and locking the deadbolt. You are not going back. The nostalgia glitch is a test of your standard. Pass it by ignoring it. Once you survive the nostalgia glitch, the enemy will shift tactics. He will send the second system error. We call this one the vampire. This attack is subtle. It appeals to your goodness. It appeals to your desire to help people. As your light begins to get brighter because of this upgrade, you will become a beacon in the spirit realm. People who are walking in darkness will be attracted to your glow. You will suddenly meet new people, or old acquaintances will suddenly want to be close to you. They will seem amazing at first. They will compliment you. They will say, you are the only one who understands me. You are such a good listener. I feel so safe with you. But then, the drain begins. They will dump their trauma on you for hours. They will call you in a crisis every other day. They will demand your time, your prayers, your money, and your emotional bandwidth. And when you leave their presence, you will feel physically sick. You will feel heavy. You will feel like you need to sleep for a week. That is the sign of the vampire. They are not looking for a savior. They are looking for a battery. The enemy has sent them to plug into your new power source and drain it dry, so you have nothing left to build your own kingdom. You must be ruthless with your energy right now. You are in a sterile recovery room after spiritual surgery. You cannot allow infected people into your sterile field. If there is someone in your life right now who makes you feel exhausted just by seeing their name on your phone, that is a vampire. In your mind, visualize yourself cutting the cord that connects you to them. Pull the plug. You are not their savior. You are not their therapist. You are a king in training, and you need your energy for the throne. These are the enemies that come from the outside. The nostalgia glitch comes from your past. The vampire comes from your environment. These are dangerous, yes, and you will face them. But they are easy to spot once you know what to look for. They are external. You can block a phone number. You can walk away from a person. But the third enemy is different. The third enemy is the most dangerous of all because you cannot walk away from him. He does not live in your phone. He does not live in your past. This enemy is living right now inside your own head. He knows all your secrets. He knows exactly what you are afraid of. And worst of all, when he speaks to you, he uses your own voice. It whispers to you in the middle of the night. It says, "Who do you think you are?" It says, "Look at your past mistakes. Look at your failures. You are not a leader. You are a fraud." And the moment you step out to claim this blessing, everyone is going to see right through you. This is the imposter malware. It is designed to make you reject the upgrade before it even finishes downloading. It uses your own memory against you. It pulls up files from 10 years ago to prove that you are not qualified for the future. But here is the antidote. In Isaiah chapter 43 verse 19, God says, "Behold, I do a new thing." The Hebrew word used there for new is chadash. It does not mean a better version of the old thing. It does not mean a renovation. It means something unprecedented, something that has never existed before. You feel like an imposter because you are looking for a reference point in your past to match your future, and you cannot find one. You are looking at your resume to see if you are qualified for what God is doing. But this upgrade is not on your resume. It is chadash. It is brand new. If you feel unqualified, good. That means you are in the right place. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. The feeling of being an imposter is actually proof that you are stepping into territory that is bigger than your human ability. Once you silence that voice, the enemy has two final cards to play. Attack number 4 is the isolation freeze. You will look around and realize that your phone has stopped ringing. The invitations have stopped coming. You feel completely invisible. The enemy wants you to interpret this as rejection. He wants you to think, "Nobody loves me, I am all alone." Reject that thought. This is not rejection, this is quarantine. When a computer system undergoes a critical update, it disconnects from the network to protect the files. God has put you in spiritual quarantine to protect the new software He is installing. He cannot afford to let other people's viruses corrupt your new code. Do not try to force connection during a season of quarantine. Embrace the solitude. And finally, attack number 5, the delay bug. This is the most frustrating one. You have done the work. You have surrendered. You have faced the enemies. And yet, nothing is happening. The breakthrough feels like it is stuck at 99%. You are tempted to give up right at the finish line. But listen, in the spirit realm, delay is not denial. Delay is buffering. The file is so large, the blessing is so massive, that it takes time to manifest in the physical realm. Active patience is not waiting, it is preparing. Now you know the enemies. You know the nostalgia glitch, the vampire, the imposter, the freeze, and the delay. But knowing them is not enough. You need a tool to defeat them in real time. I am going to give you the Upgrade Acceptance Matrix. I want you to install this grid in your mind right now. Visualize a simple cross, dividing your mental space into 4 quadrants. Whenever an opportunity, a person, or a thought comes to you in the next 40 days, run it through this 2-question filter. Question number 1. Does this shrink me or does this stretch me? If an old friend calls and you feel your spirit shrink back into old habits, that is a shrink. Reject it. If a scary new opportunity appears and makes your heart race but your spirit expand, that is a stretch. Accept it. Question number 2. Is this familiar or is this Chadash? If it feels comfortable, safe, and predictable, it is likely the old system trying to lure you back. If it feels new, slightly terrifying, and requires you to trust God completely, it is the upgrade. Use this matrix. Be ruthless with it. If it shrinks you and feels familiar, delete it. If it stretches you and feels new, download it. You now have the weapon. You have the discernment. But having the weapon and pulling the trigger are two different things. You might still be hesitating. You might still be afraid to pull the plug on the old life. You are asking, but what if I make a mistake? What if I let go and nothing catches me? I understand that fear. It is the fear of the void. But let me tell you about someone who stood exactly where you are standing, trembling on the edge of the cliff. They waited until the very last second, the 11th hour, to use this matrix. And what happened next did not just save their life, it rewrote their entire destiny. Her name was Sarah. 3 months ago, she was standing exactly where you are. She was 48 hours away from signing a contract that would have secured her finances for the next 10 years, but locked her into a partnership that drained her spirit. She was engaged to a man who was good on paper, but mocked her faith in private. She had the matrix grid in her mind. She ran the questions. Does this shrink me? Yes. Is this familiar? Yes. She knew she had to reject it, but she was terrified. Her hands were physically shaking as she held the pen. She felt a wave of nausea roll through her stomach. The voice of the imposter was screaming, "If you walk away now, you will lose everything. You will be broke. You will be alone forever." But at the 11th hour, she chose the upgrade. She put the pen down. She called off the wedding. She walked into the void. For 3 weeks, it was silent. It was terrifying. But then, the download finished. In the 4th week, she met the business partner who did not just fund her vision, but shared her spirit. She met the man who did not just tolerate her faith, but ignited it. She realized that everything she had almost settled for was a cheap counterfeit of the glory God was holding behind his back, waiting for her to let go. I am telling you this because you do not have much time left. You are under the impression that this offer stands forever. You think you can watch this video, go back to your old life, think about it for a month, and then come back and accept the upgrade. You cannot. In the spirit realm, there are windows of opportunity. The Greeks called it kairos time. It is a portal that opens for a specific season, and when it closes, it seals shut. We see this with the Israelites in the desert. They came to the edge of the promised land. The upgrade was right there. They could smell the milk and honey. But they saw the giants, and they got scared. They listened to the imposter malware. They said, "We are like grasshoppers." They refused the upgrade. And do you know what happened? God did not send them to hell. He did not strike them dead. He did something far worse. He let them continue their old life. He sent them back into the wilderness, and they walked in circles around the same mountain for 40 years. They waited 40 years for a window that was open for 40 days. Chosen one, look at me. You are standing at Kadesh Barnea right now. The giants are in front of you. The fear is in your throat. And the portal is closing. If you click away from this video without activating the protocol, if you go back to sleep tonight without making the decision to override the system, you are not just delaying a blessing. You are signing up for another 7-year cycle of the same struggle, the same poverty, the same heartbreak that you have been complaining about. Can you afford to pay that price? Can you afford to lose another decade of your destiny because you were too afraid to be uncomfortable for 3 days? I can feel your heart beating right now. Focus on it. Boom, boom, boom. That is not anxiety. That is your spirit hammering against the ribcage of your old life. It is screaming at you. It is saying, Do not go back. Do not let this moment pass. We are ready. The window is closing. The download is at 99%. The system is waiting for your final command. You only have seconds left to decide. If you are tired of the wilderness, if you are done with the loop, if you are ready to be the cycle breaker for your bloodline, then I need you to do something radical. If you are in a safe place, I want you to physically stand up right now. Get on your feet. If you cannot stand, sit up straight. Adjust your spine. Open your hands. We are about to perform the manual override. We are going to seal this upgrade in the courts of heaven so that no devil, no X, and no fear can ever delete it again. Are you ready? Chosen one, do not sit down. Do not relax. We have not finished. We have simply arrived at the operating table. What happens in the next few minutes is not a passive listening experience. This is active spiritual surgery. We are going to manually override the system errors that have plagued you for years. We are going to go into the root code of your soul and delete the files that the enemy planted there. I need you to close your eyes. If you are safe to do so, close them now. Shut out the physical room you are in. That room is just a shell. In the spirit, you are now standing in the throne room of transition. The air here is thick. It is heavy with potential. You are standing before the architect of your destiny. Take a deep breath. Inhale the atmosphere of the kingdom. Exhale the stale air of your past. Do it again. Inhale power. Exhale fear. We are going to begin the purge. Before we can install the upgrade, we must completely format the old hard drive. You cannot bring the virus of victimhood into the new season. I want you to visualize a contract in your hands. This is an invisible legal document you signed years ago with the spirit of poverty and the spirit of comfort. It says that you agree to stay small in exchange for being safe. It says you agree to be a victim in exchange for people's pity. Look at that contract in your mind. See your signature at the bottom. Now, with the authority given to you by the Most High, I want you to rip that contract in half. Do it in your mind. Rip it. Tear it into confetti. Say this with your spirit. I renounce the agreement with comfort. I renounce the addiction to misery. I am no longer available for pity. Feel the chains loosening around your chest. That tightness is breaking. Now we turn our attention to the intruders, the system errors. I speak to the nostalgia glitch. I speak to every memory of an ex-lover, an old job, or a past glory that is trying to seduce this chosen one backward. I command you to disconnect. Chosen one, visualize those cords attached to your back, pulling you into the past. They look like thick black tar. They are heavy. I call upon the sword of the Spirit right now. Swing that sword behind you. Cut the cords. Sever the tie. Watch them snap. Watch them recoil back into the darkness. You are free from the past. You are not going back to Egypt. The old garlic and leeks are poison to your new system. Now, we confront the vampires. I speak to every energy drainer, every emotional parasite, every person who has attached themselves to your light without contributing to your oil. I declare a divine firewall around your spirit. I block their access. I scramble their signal. Chosen one, see a wall of fire rising up around you. It is warm to you, but it burns anything unholy that tries to touch you. Declare this: my energy is consecrated. My time is expensive. My oil is for the king, not for the parasites. And now we must face the most dangerous enemy of all, the imposter living in your head. I am talking to that voice that whispered to you last night. That voice that said, "You are a fraud." That voice that brought up your sins from 10 years ago. I bind the spirit of accusation. I silence the frequency of shame. Listen to me, chosen one. Your past mistakes were not failures, they were tuition. You paid for your wisdom with your pain. You are not a fraud. You are a graduate. I command the imposter malware to be uninstalled, right now. delete, delete, delete. Feel the silence in your mind. That chaotic noise is gone. That constant self-doubt is evaporating. Now we go deeper. We are going into the blood. We are going into the DNA. I speak to the genetic timeline of this chosen one. I speak to the 7 generations that came before them. I speak to the cycles of divorce. I speak to the cycles of addiction. I speak to the cycles of poverty that have hunted this last name for 100 years. Chosen one, you are the checkpoint. The curse stops at your feet. Visualize a heavy iron gate standing behind you. That gate represents the flow of generational trauma. It has been open for decades, letting the garbage of your ancestors flow into your life. In the name of the one who holds the keys, I want you to slam that gate shut. Slam it, hear the boom, lock the deadbolt, throw away the key. Prophesy to your bloodline. It ends with me. The poverty ends with me. The trauma ends with me. The heartbreak ends with me. I am the firewall. I am the new beginning. Stand in that silence for a moment. Look around your spiritual house. The trash is gone. The squatters are evicted. The noise has stopped. The cords are cut. You are empty. But this is not the emptiness of loss. This is the emptiness of capacity. You are now a clean vessel. You are a wineskin that has been oiled and stretched, ready for the new wine. Do not open your eyes yet. We have cleared the ground, but we have not yet built the palace. The operating table is clean, but the upgrade must be installed. Keep your hands open. Keep your spine straight. The download is about to begin. The vessel is clean. The ground is cleared. Now we fill the void. We are moving from surgery to coronation. We are moving from empty to overflowing. Chosen one, in the theater of your mind, I want you to look up. Visualize the ceiling of the room dissolving. See the heavens opening directly above your head. Visualize a heavy, golden oil beginning to pour down from that opening. This is not just oil. This is the liquid intelligence of God. This is the new operating system. See it touching the crown of your head. Feel the warmth of it. It is thick. It is heavy. It is sliding down your forehead, over your eyes, covering your ears, running down your neck to your shoulders. As this oil touches you, I am installing the new protocols. I seal the 3-day surrender protocol into your spirit. I declare that you now have the supernatural ability to let go of what is dead. You will no longer fight to keep what God is trying to remove. The spirit of stubbornness is replaced by the spirit of yield. I seal the upgrade acceptance matrix into your mind. I declare that from this moment forward, you will have sharp discernment. You will instantly recognize the difference between a shrink and a stretch. You will spot the nostalgia glitch before it can seduce you. You will spot the vampire before they can drain you. Your decisions will no longer be based on fear. They will be based on the future. I anoint your eyes to see the hidden opportunities that the world misses. I anoint your ears to hear the frequency of the new season. I anoint your hands to produce wealth in the middle of a famine. Now, listen to the decree for your next season. I prophesy that over the next 40 days, as you walk in this upgrade, the atmosphere around you will shift. Where there was confusion, there will be sudden, razor-sharp clarity. Where there was lack, resources will begin to magnetically find you. You will not chase them, they will chase you. Where there was loneliness, God is sending the remnant. I declare that the people who match your future are being dispatched to find you right now. I speak to the giants that terrified you yesterday. I declare that when you open your eyes, they will look like grasshoppers. The fear is gone, the intimidation is broken. You are no longer a victim of your bloodline. You are the treasurer of it. You are the cycle breaker. You are the shift. Chosen one, feel the weight of this new mantle settling on your shoulders. It is heavy because it carries glory. It is heavy because it carries responsibility. The upgrade is downloaded. The installation is complete. Now, we must sign the receipt. In the silence of your heart, with every ounce of will you possess, I want you to say these 3 words. Do not whisper them, roar them in your spirit. Say, I accept it. Say it again. I accept it. One last time. Seal it in the heavens. I accept it. It is done. The old version of you is deleted. The new version is active. Do not go back to the old conversations. Do not go back to the old habits. Walk out of this virtual room with your head high. You are dismissed into your destiny.